I'm Mike Edwards, and we are at the National Home Improvement Show at Olympia, and we've chosen this particular show to launch an initiative with our new partners Checkatrade, and the initiative concentrates and focuses our attention on the removal of cowboy builders and rogue traders from our industry, something we've been very keen on since the inception of DIY Doctor 15 years ago. I'm here with the Checkatrade founder, Kevin Byrne, but before we have a chat about why Checkatrade are different to every other organisation, let's have a quick look around the show and see what's going on.
My name's Mike Edwards. Together with my partner we run DIY Doctor, and we have done for 15 years. And as well as giving you lots of free advice on how to build your home, how to look after your home, we're also running a campaign, as I've said, about ridding the UK of cowboy builders, okay? I'd just like just a very quick poll to find out how many of you here have already suffered at the hands of what we'll call cowboy builders or rogue tradesmen. So how many of you have already suffered under those circumstances? That's great. So there's a couple there that have already suffered. How many are here purely because they want to stop that kind of thing happening? Okay, so that's great. That's what we need to talk to the people that, you know, want to prevent this happening.
Okay, so you've seen us on stage doing the cowboy builder presentation, how to avoid cowboy builders, how to stop rogue traders, and you saw people putting their hand up when we said, you know, how nervous are you about getting a tradesman? We're working with Checkatrade. I've come round to see how many of those people came to Checkatrade to do something about the problem that they think that they've got about employing tradesmen. So how's it been for you today?
It's been fantastic, actually. Yeah. The amount of customers that's come up to us and said, I've been a victim of a rogue trader, and how they wanted our help, to show them the website, to show them the directories, to tell them what we do. It's been really good, and people walked away really happy.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Fantastic.
That's the name of the game. The same at your end of the stand?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's been really good, really positive.
That's what we're here for. That's what the initiative is about, is to stop people getting ripped off. We don't like it, we don't want it, we're going to do something about it. So the partnership between DIY Doctor and Checkatrade is going places. If you're interested in finding out more, just email us on info@diydoctor.org.uk. We'll put you in touch with Checkatrade and tell you how to avoid those rogue traders. Kevin? Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Mike. Nice to be here.
I introduced the idea that Checkatrade were completely different to other organisations of their kind. Touch on that and just let us and the audience know exactly what Checkatrade stand for and what they do.
Well, we are very different. There's basically different types of models out there that the consumers can go to find a tradesman. You know, the old classic ones like Yellow Pages or Thompson's really have had their day. They do no checks at all. But then you have local government. You know, some local government schemes are very good, and consumers can go to those, and I would endorse those. But then there are we are for sure the biggest of our type of sector, where we will go out and interview, we will thoroughly vet the tradesman, and then we will ask the consumer to give us reports on those tradesmen. So we for sure are the biggest in the UK that do that. But there is another type as well which I wouldn't endorse, and that is if you go to a website and you're trying to find a tradesman, but you can't. What these websites are doing is they're asking you for your personal details, how much money you've got, and a description of the job. They're actually selling your personal details to the tradesman. Yeah. So I wouldn't endorse that. I would endorse the Checkatrade type of model, and I would endorse the local county council schemes.
So one thing, let's get one thing straight then. The tradesmen themselves pay to be a member of your organisation.
They do.
And then the consumer comes to find those tradesmen completely free.
They do.
And choose the tradesman they want to work with. And you, instead of the other organisations that actually rate their tradesmen, or they get the homeowners to rate the tradesmen, you've actually been to interview the tradesmen, so you've had personal interaction with every one of them, which is unique.
Yeah, it is unique, and we won't go and visit them in a cafe.
Yeah.
We won't go and visit them on site. We want to see them in their home or their offices that they operate from.
So you know where they go.
So we see them face to face. If the guys that work for me that go out and interview them, if they get a feeling I wouldn't want this tradesman in my house, they'll walk away.
Yeah.
But we've got various things in place. These tradesmen must have a fixed abode.
Yeah.
These tradesmen must have qualifications, in particular if they're doing something like gas or electric, or they're using a chainsaw, something like that. They've got to have the government required regulatory qualifications. They must have public liability insurance. They cannot join unless they've got that. We want to see utility bills. We want to see a driver's license or a passport, so that we know that, hey, is that your face? Is that you? Yes, it is. Then we will do a credit check.
Yeah.
Then we ask them to sign a form which will allow us to go to trading standards and see if trading standards have got any issues with these trades.
Yeah.
We ask for referees. So give me 6 to 10 of your previous customers, and we won't write to them. We'll actually physically get on the phone and phone your customers up, and we'll ask them, how well did you do?
Yeah, that's good.
Once all that has been completed, they're now members of Checkatrade.
Yeah.
But from that point on, every time one of our tradesmen undertakes a job for a consumer, they have to tell the consumer before the job starts, I'm a member of Checkatrade. At the end of the job, please send this back to Checkatrade. Score me out of 10 on 4 different questions. Ask, there's a couple of other questions in there as well.
Yeah.
Good or bad, those comments will be made live.
Right, that's brilliant. I think one of the, as well, I mean, that's obviously all in the consumer's interest, as are all of the things that Checkatrade do. But one of the things that attracted me to the ethos of Checkatrade is that you work on behalf of the tradesman as well, which most other organisations don't do. You're working for them to promote them. So you're coming at the cowboy builder angle from both angles. You're educating the consumer and finding the good guys more work, which starves out the bad guys.
Absolutely. We want to isolate the road trades.
Yeah.
But we've got on here, don't be a victim of a road trade, and that's, no one wants to be a victim of the road trade. But we've recently done a survey just before the show, so it's brand new, September 2013. And we asked 2,000 homeowners who haven't used Checkatrade or really know much about Checkatrade across the whole of the UK.
Yeah.
Half of them, have said they've been a victim of a road trade.
Yeah.
So it's a massive problem.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, local government brought some statistics out saying 1 in 4 will be unhappy with their tradesman. 1 in 5 will need part or all of the work redone if you choose a tradesman at random. Yeah. Our figures are something like, they fluctuate each month, but we would have one complaint in about every 215 jobs that our tradesmen undertake. So do we still get complaints? Of course we do. Yeah. But the chances of having a problem with a Checkatrade member are probably the best odds there is in the UK.
Yeah. No, and that's quite impressive, and I know we thoroughly did our research, as I've said to you before, that we had a good look around the market, and we needed somebody that we could be absolutely confident to share our brand. And the same with you. We're in this together. We need to trust each other and look into exactly what we do, and I think hopefully that's explained to you what we do and what Checkatrade do, and we're happy to be working together. And our own research shows exactly the same thing, that 1 in 3, 1 in 4 people at the minimum have had a problem with a road trader of some kind. And if you speak to a lot of traders, they will tell you they've had a problem with a rogue homeowner as well. So we're coming at this from both angles. We're pleased to be working, I hope I can say, with each other. And we'll continue to fight the good fight. So click into DIY Doctor and Checkatrade to get your good tradesman.